Hello, this is Tasty Eats by Tess. Today we're going to be making a Polish style casserole with potatoes, onions, and smoked sausage. So we'll go ahead and get started with this. I've already chopped up the majority of the potatoes, and we want that relatively thick cut, about 1/4 inch. And we're leaving the skins on here in this case. Oops, that's a little thin. And that's okay. So let's go ahead with that. And for the onion, you want to cut it in half. And just slice that again about maybe a little less than 1/4 inch. And there's no perfect science. Just slice along. Very, very easy dish to do. You could do this on the weekend because it does have a long cooking time in the oven. It's about 2 hours. And if you're doing it through the week and some of you are working from home, you can put this in the oven at lunchtime. Because really, there's not much to this dish other than it tastes divine. So all you're going to be doing is chopping things up, throwing it in the pot, and putting it in the oven. That's basically it. There you go. Nice. How fast is that? Alright, so now that we have our onions chopped up here, we'll just get those off and over to the side. That's 3 onions. I would say small to medium. I have a little chunk of bacon here. I took off this tough outer skin from it because that you will just not be able to chew. And we want that, we'll slice this in half this way. And we want those in fairly small cubes, but not too small that they'll disappear in the cooking time. So about 1/2 inch cube. And I like to put the bacon at the bottom with the butter, and that's just 2½ tablespoons of butter approximately. Put a few onions at the bottom, a lot of the potato. Just go ahead and scoot that in there. About 1/4 of the potatoes. We also have here some Polish sausage, and we're going to have those in rings at about 1/2 inch slice. Approximately 1/2 inch slice. We'll go ahead and add these ones in there as well. More onions. And at this point, I'm going to add 1/2 of the cheese that we have here. It's 1/2 pound of cheese. You can use almost anything. Probably a Swiss would go well. This is called a King's cheese. It's a Polish cheese. So I'm going to use 1/2 of that in here. At this point. We'll go ahead and we'll add more of the potatoes. Now we can just go ahead and put the rest of those potatoes in. And we'll go with more onions. Basically, you're done. Nice. Very simple meal. Continue with the sausage. You can add more in here if you want, but I find this should be enough of the meat for a family of 4. And you'll definitely have leftovers with this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add, this is 3 cups of milk. You can use any type of milk that you want to choose. This one happens to be 2%. And 1 cup of 10% cream, or half and half. We just top that now with the cheese. Actually, we should put the salt before we put the cheese so it can go inside. This is just the pink Himalayan salt that I like to use. And not too much because your sausage already has quite a bit. I'm just going with pepper. This is very simple salt and pepper meal. I like quite a bit of pepper. So I'd say about 2 teaspoons. This is freshly cracked pepper. We can now top that with our cheese. So it's just the remainder of that. Half a pound of cheese goes right over the top. This is very thinly sliced, as you can see from this. And don't worry, this will all melt down in the cooking. You leave this uncovered at 350 degrees for approximately 2 hours. And it's going in. And there we go. Just leave it to sit. You'll see from this, I've already given it a stir, so the cheese has gone into the juices. I'll give it another stir at this point. We don't want to disturb it too much. It's starting to cook nicely here. There we go, just a nice stir there. We'll leave that go. And in the last 20 minutes of cooking time, we'll want to cover that and leave it in for 20 minutes. Take it out, leave the lid on for an additional 20 minutes. Great, it's now ready. So let's go ahead and give this a try here. Oh, it smells so divine. Wow. So I would have to say, just leave it a few more minutes in the oven with the lid off at the end, just to give it a nice golden color on the top. So we'll go ahead and put some of this on our dish and see how that goes. Wow, beautiful. And if you want some of the juice, dig down and pour some of that over the top as well. Lovely. And you'll get some of those onions in there as well. We also want to chop up some of these green onions here. I'll just get a knife here. And just put those nicely along the top. Not too much, just enough for flavor. And I'd like to serve that with a couple of pickles here. These are sour pickles. It's a Polish style of pickle, and they're fermented. So there's no vinegar in those at all. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Ooh. Smokiness from the bacon and the sausage goes right through. And you don't need any other spices in this. It's It's so flavorful just on its own. The onions. The cheese. You're getting everything in here. I really think your family's going to enjoy this for sure. If you want a dish that works, go ahead, give it a try. And that's how it's made. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And here we have the close-up. I think I'll try another bite here. And this time getting a piece of that beautiful bacon. Well, it doesn't need anything more. Just to let you know, it was 6 ounces of bacon, 12 ounces of smoked Polish sausage. You'll definitely enjoy this one. Have a great day.